and welcome back to the Better Call Sukan podcast with Arif and
AJ.
guest host and ada banyak macam lagi dekat dalam ni. So basically this is season 3. I would like to say that this is the very first time kita ada guest host. And tadi kita dah dengar suara dia. AJ.
Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum.
Boy, tak payah formal sangat. Kita chill je.
Dia kena introduce diri, kena formal.
Diri kena formal.
Flow in the throw je.
Okay, so firstly, thank you AJ for being here as my guest host, my co-host to anchor dengan aku untuk kita settlekan lah episod ni.
Thank you boy for the invite.
Tak ada
Dah 2 tahun selalu tengok belakang TV kan. It's like always watching.
Kau tak tipu lah masa bila aku masuk TV.
Aku buka YouTube dekat TV.
Aku buka YouTube.
Smart TV sekarang ada.
Ya, betul.
Right.
Okay.
I was like, okay. Then every week he will send a question to us. And I always ask the random question kepada dia.
Soalan-soalan yang random tu adalah daripada AJ. So dengan itu aku panggil kau untuk jadi my very first guest host.
Thank you
for Better Call Sukan season 3. Right. And how do you feel today?
I feel nervous. Excited and blessed to be here, to be talking to our special guest.
Yes. So kita nak sembang pasal sukan apa sebenarnya?
Sukan ni ada agak confused. Dia macam ada swimming, ada running, ada cycling.
Yes.
Dia nak buat 3 benda dalam satu.
Itulah dia.
Macam tamak kan. Tapi tak apa. Kita tengok.
So the sports is triathlon.
Triathlon is the main, but people will always know as the Ironman lah. That's the biggest sport event.
Dan juga guest kita hari ni adalah Malaysian athlete.
Betul.
Okay, tanpa membuang masa, AJ, why don't you introduce to everybody siapa guest kita pada hari ini?
Alright everyone, our special guest today is our Malaysian athlete Aimi Iwasaki.
Hello.
Hi guys. Hi. Thank you for having me.
Alright.
So Aimi Iwasaki, welcome to Better Call Sukan. Thank you for being here. Okay, tadi kita dah sembang Ironman triathlon. Dia triathlete is macam athlete.
Yes.
Triathlon is the sport.
Yeah.
Okay. So kalau kita dah sembang tu, but before that, we all want to know actually how did you mula like your sporting journey? Macam mana?
My question is like, what is your origin story? How did Aimi become Aimi now of today?
Firstly, Aimi Iwasaki tu is your real name kan?
My
bukan
real
nickname kan?
Bukan
stage
nama
name ke?
Bukan.
I think bagi sikit or like if you want to tell more about that actually, do share to the listeners and the viewers out there.
Like the first thing people talk about me is always the name. Because selalu kalau I masuk airport kan, immigration, the police, the security be like, orang mana? Tapi passport Malaysia.
Passport Malaysia. IC ada. So they are like, ni betul ke orang ni? So the name is always something that people will like have the impression of who I am, and like people always remember me for my name. And then talking about a little bit of my background. Yes, my dad is a Japanese. My mom is a half of Malay, Chinese, Thai. Like half of Malay, Chinese, Thai.
Yeah.
Dia triathlete.
Dia memang athlete.
dah triathlete kat situ.
Tri-race. High culture tri-race.
Okay. So you lived in Japan before this ke tak pernah live in Japan?
I am very sure to call myself Malaysian sebab I dah kat sini like since forever, like since I was like kecil ni.
Okay. Tapi family kat Japan ada lah.
Family kat Japan ada, tapi tak sebesar family kat Malaysia. Malaysia ni kita semua gempak mah. Semua meriah. Perayaan kita paling, kalau foreigner datang, impressed about. It's about our culture and also the crowd, you know, like how happening it is. So like that's how I would say I describe my family in Malaysia. And then like kalau kat Japan, it's like very like small family, chill.
So dekat rumah sembang dalam apa, Thai ke, Malay ke, English ke, Japanese ke?
No one in my family or my keturunan knows how to speak Thai.
And
no one knows how to speak Chinese. But I was I grew up in Chinese school,
Okay.
and then a little bit in few years in Japanese school. So like, I mainly speak Chinese to my sisters. It depends who I talk to, because my other siblings, it's 5 of us.
Okay.
5 orang. So 2 lelaki, 3 perempuan. Semua orang cakap language yang lain-lain.
Oh.
Ya, sebab I punya adik-beradik yang sulung dengan abang yang kedua, kakak, very Japanese. Novels, manga, anime, Japanese songs, like.
Okay.
And then like, while me and my younger sister, we are like more of like international English songs, Japanese songs, like sometimes Italian songs, like very random. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so soalan jawapan dia adalah kalau dia dekat rumah, kalau dia cakap dengan orang A, language lain.
Yeah.
Cakap orang sibling lain, language lain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite tiring
Sebab tu dia punya sports yang dia buat tu bukan satu.
Betul juga.
Tadi dia cakap tamak. That's exactly why I started triathlon juga.
Oh.
I memang tamak. I rasa macam might as well if I dah ada semua background individually, I nak gabungkan saja. So that I rasa macam I don't feel guilty for the amount of time my parents and the chances that they give me and the trust they have on me. Like I want to execute all together. So like triathlon was the best sport to present.
When was what sport was the first?
The very first was ballet.
Ballet,
yes, ballet. When I was very young, ballet. Ballet, and then slowly progressed to karate.
Okay.
And then after that, swimming. So swimming is where I stood by for like 8 years, competing at high level.
Okay.
Like, it went quite well.
Time sekolah ke?
Breaststroke or diving?
Oh, like the
Strokes lah.
The strokes, yeah. The
I don't know what's the call lah. I just know it called the breaststroke lah.
Dia ada butterfly.
Right. But the competitive name is like 100 meter, 200 meter
yeah,
lah.
Yeah, 1,500, 800, 400, 200, 150.
How long did you do swimming? Time sekolah, full time sekolah uni ke apa ke?
I started when I was 9, but before I started like in the squat training, my mom was the one brought all of us to the pool and just learn the survival skill. And just for your info, my mom is not a swimmer. She's not experienced in coaching, no certification. She's just naturally talented.
Dia super mama.
Super mom.
Super mama. Betul. Memang do you want to ask more about karate ke apa?
I'm afraid to ask about karate. What belt is that? Do you have a grade? And
ada grade karate?
Karate
grade.
is like taekwondo lah, boy.
Oh.
Like you have white, yellow, right? But are you still practicing it until today?
No, not at all. I got injured. I twisted my ankle, and because I was too young, then I was like, okay lah, no, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna move on. So I was at just yellow belt, but they wanted me to go like straight to the black belt, kind of like intense. They were so intense and like hopeful on me. The expectation was very high, even in karate. Even until now, I feel like it would be different if I try to explore that side of the sport. Like
sebab dia combat Is it combat?
Yeah, like we do have kumite.
Martial arts, yeah, that's the word. Actually kita kat Better Call Sukan kita tak ada pun actually pasal karate. Ada ke nak boy karate? Tak ada kan? Nak boy is here, our producer. Yeah, would love to have karate. If you guys out there nak panggil karate, do let us know. But now kita nak sembang pasal triathlon. So from swimming, you minat cinta terhadap swimming dan macam mana tambah ada bicycle dengan running tu?
There's like a journey to it, because I was competing at certain stage and I've been training the whole year just to improve 1 second. It was so like peak already. So usually for high level swimmers, that's how precise it is. Like a little difference or that you can do in your training will like cost you 0.0 few seconds of improvement, but it's like take few years of work and like hard work. So I was stagnant at some point, so I thought like, okay, maybe I'm the type of person like I cannot just sit still like just hoping for the same thing and doing the same routine. So I wanted to before I have a mental breakdown, I just like might as well find something that's exciting me. So open water swimming was one of it. So I was competing at the national level, and then I came across a coach from Malacca. He's an open water swim coach. Then he offered me to do a project swimming across Sumatra. So like from Malacca to Indonesia.
Okay, jap, just to tell the audience and listeners semua, open water tu maksudnya adalah bukan swimming pool lah kan?
Bukan swimming pool, berenang dalam laut.
Ya, sebab orang tak tahu kan, kita kena beritahu kan, open water
betul,
kan.
betul.
Kita disclaimer kan.
Betul
open
juga.
Water, sungai open water lah.
Consider yes, lake.
Lake also open water.
Yes.
So yang penting dia bukan warna biru.
Yang tu kalau kat Malaysia
tak, swimming pool lah, dia bukan warna biru. So swimming pool doesn't count as open water, right?
No, as long as it's not in the pool, open water.
Okay, interesting.
Now we know.
Now I know.
Teruskan.
Yes. So we were in touch, in contact with him to plan out this project closely with the government of Malacca. So they were already setting up like there's escort in the ocean, like I'll be spending there overnight for a few days. Purely in the ocean, like doing things like that. Then it was a program, we call it a Malaysia Book of Record. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Yeah, because throughout the preparation, it was like a 3 years preparation. But at the end of the day, politics. Yeah, so they call it off, and I was like, okay, fine. Like,
how old were you? If you were supposed to swim at that time?
I was 16.
16. Man. Sorry.
Tak payah guys, cicil. Tak dengar.
16 open water kan. Takut tu.
Like, okay, distance berapa that you had to do the practice? You said 3 years of practicing yang tu.
Berapa? Tak ingat dah. Tapi it takes me few days. So like my training was like in the middle of the night. I go to the pool with the cold water. I need to train for 48 hours surviving in the pool. Like that's the simulation. Yeah, makan or whatsoever, I cannot be depending on any part of the facility other than in the water. So it was pretty interesting though.
48 jam you wanted to, so the record was to be swimming open water for this amount of hours lah. So that's why you were trained to.
It's more of a distance. So like from Malacca to Indonesia, that was the goal. So how long I take, it depends on how fast I swim. So
time tu, if you swim from Malacca to Indonesia, kalau dia kat border tu dia stop macam mana?
Dekat border
This international water, boy. Yeah, it's like you go on a boat, tengah-tengah water kan, mana ada border.
So sampai tu baru masuk immigration lah.
Tiba-tiba mana tahu dia suruh immigration tengah laut.
Macam mana masuk kan?
Macam kalau kau drive from Selangor ke Melaka, right? Kan kau nampak papan hijau tu. Kau cross tu kau dah Melaka dah. Macam tu je.
Kau tak tahu. You have to ask.
That's true.
Tiba-tiba dekat tengah-tengah. Aku tahu GTA je. GTA tu if you swim terlebih, you keluar San Andreas tu, dia dah 4 star, then polis tangkap kau.
Betul juga.
So you need to ask juga. Tapi I'm sure lah dia ada preparation.
But then if it will happen pun, you will, like, let's say if you swim from Melaka, right? You will need to rest. There will be a boat provided for you to rest, or you have to.
I cannot be on the boat.
You cannot be on the boat. You just have to be floating lah.
Floating only. They are only carrying my food and like anything to back up to survive. That's just it.
So you've done that before, and also you pernah buat again and again ke, or that was the only time yang you buat?
You mean for the preparation?
The preparation tu is only in the pool. So did you manage to from Melaka swam to Sumatra?
Not yet, because the record is to swim that distance. So like to be official is only during the official. But the practice is like in the ocean and also in the pool. So like there's like a.
So my question to you, you pernah swim paling jauh open water from where to where?
Paling jauh, I tak pernah betul-betul test my limit. Tapi in the competition, I tried few times. So like the one in Terengganu, we call it Kapal Semarang Swimathon. So that's like 6.5 kilometers. But few weeks back, I tried like doing 10 km of swim in the pool. So that was about 2 hours and a half. And so I don't know, like really test my most limit, I tak pernah lagi. But the 48 hours overnight survival, I gave up halfway. It was too cold.
So your longest ever like macam in a pool macam tu was half of 48 lah.
I could only survive 16 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, 48, wow, I cannot. Masa tu I tak boleh.
But is there a plan in the future that you want to try to conquer that?
Yes, maybe yes. But back then, it wasn't something that's usual to anyone. But like nowadays, foreigners, a lot of people are doing this. All this crazy stuff. Like anything can be possible for social media nowadays. So that's how financial planning and things like can make you do crazy stuff, you know. Like as long as you can plan things up, then just like go with it, roll with it.
Okay, so basically after apa yang Aimi dah sembang, I assume that your love started and like grew with swimming lah kan? Ke swimming tu is a thing for you, not like permulaan cinta terhadap sukan adalah bukan swimming. Was it ballet at first ke apa?
I think back then, because I was very young, so my feeling is just that because it's fun, you know. But now that I realize I can just do any sport, but the similarity, the common thing that I have for every sport is that I'm always constantly learning about myself. That's the part that makes me feel like it's so fulfilling. Like macam sekarang kalau I fikir balik, kenapa I jump sport, you know, like it was more about I'm just curious what I can do, what I'm capable of, what I can do. And then like I was always in a position where in any sport that I jump into, I know I'll be able to excel well. Because my coaches are interestingly always like throw me in a very difficult and challenging situation. Let's say like karate pun.
Okay.
They never let me train with the same level. They will only let me train with the senseis, like the sifus.
Okay.
So like even when I go to swim, they will just straight away ask me to follow the most elite groups. Like it's always something that it's in me that I wanna like push to the limit and like see what I can do. So I think that's how it goes and on and on.
But did you grow up wanted to be an athlete or you wanted to be a ballerina ke? That was your dream from beginning, or you developed that feeling to become a triathlon athlete at some point?
I think where I am now, specifically in sport, is just the flow.
The flow lah.
It's just the flow, because we will never know if we are just doing it because we are already doing it for so long, or is it you are really passionate about. Sometimes I even question myself, is it something I'm really passionate?
Kenapa aku kat sini, is it?
Yeah,
Why am I
because
here?
sometimes I still benci going to training and do what I'm doing. You know, like so I still question my own passion now. But like I say, if I don't put it in a specific shape, like triathlon, this, that, you know, like it's a lot more easier. It's just more about if I feel like I'm trained to be doing everything the best I can. If it's good, then it's good. If it's failed, then it's fine. I tried. Right? And it just that's the base that I put. Like so I don't mind after this kalau tiba-tiba jadi I duduk situ pula kan tanya orang soalan. It's something that I would like to try.
Jadi ladies and gentlemen,
Same thing lah.
the same thing that she wants to be the guest host. So boleh. It's still open.
Tiba-tiba kita bertukar.
Tadi
first time.
For today's guest host tadi, AJ introduce you as Malaysian athlete. Kita tak tahu sebenarnya dia punya journey macam mana dia jadi Malaysian athlete lah. So do you mind like share, because I always ask this like to yang represented the country. Firstly I would say thank you for bringing our country out there, mewakili negara kita. And secondly, how was your feeling like macam rasa I'm carrying my country? Bukan orang biasa je boleh cakap saya wakil negara kan.
I mean, it takes a certain person with a skill set that can actually represent our country, right?
Yeah.
With a lot of limitation, the effort to put through what you're going through, right? How did it started for you?
I think it's my mom. Like, I grew up watching her. Like, she's such a patriotic person.
Okay.
So like Merdeka already, she will bring her things and like, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna wait for the parade. So like that's who my mom was. I didn't understand what that means to us. But when I think back about what the elder person bercerita dekat saya about what their generation is like, what our generation is like, and I always thought like they are narrow-minded, maybe they are not open, they are just not seeing what's going on now. But like surprisingly, they are very open-minded and they do know what's going on now. Is that, and I believe with the history, then that's where we are now. So like from there, I feel like whenever I do something with sport, I feel the pride, I feel the proudness, and then I think because I grew up in Malaysia as well, I just appreciate how the country is, even though ada banyak kekurangan lagi, tapi kelebihan dia pun banyak. So it makes me feel like home. Even when I travel around, I still feel like Malaysia. When I'm back here, I feel like it's nice to be back here. So I think it started from there, and then eventually when I participate in sport, I always bring myself with a respect to the community and also to the people in sport. So like I find it when the higher level as I go, the lesser I see that in people. It starts to be complicated. Like let's say in my national squad, I would say when I was looking at everyone, like most of them were not so sure if they are doing this because they love the country. It's more of like
when you were in the squad.
Yeah, it's more of like because I am Aimi, I'm here. Like not much about a mix of myself and the country, like the meaning of doing it, you know. So yeah, it's just that.
So you wakil Malaysia dekat SEA Games, right?
SEA Games, and before that I was in national squad in cycling. So I was in Asian Championship.
For cycling?
Yeah.
Cycling saja pula?
Cycling saja
ni
juga.
Memang banyak.
I think Aimi started with swimming, then compete in cycling for Malaysia lah. That's the journey.
Then
correct?
baru triathlon.
Baru triathlon.
Running is the last lah.
Running was like, because when I was swimming, kita ada event called aquathlon. So like Aquaman.
No.
Okay, to the listeners out there, kita bagi dia habis dulu. Bagi dia habis dulu. Okay, teruskan.
Aquathlon. Aquathlon I think tak ramai tahu. So it's swimming terus running.
Dia duathlon kan? Dia bukan triathlon, dia duathlon.
Dia ada dua. So duathlon lain pula. Duathlon cycling and running. Aquathlon is swimming and running.
I thought duathlon is dua sport, so it's antara pilih dua. So kalau swimming and running is aquathlon.
Different lah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Teruskan your story. You join aquathlon lah.
Aquathlon. So like running has been like a natural sport to me. Like dalam sekolah pun hari sukan berlari, pergi merentas desa, and then swimming training, before we swim kita kena lari. Kalau kita buat salah, cikgu nak saman kita lari. Kat sekolah pun kena saman lari. So like it was just like that only.
So running is a natural thing lah for you. You didn't pick it up. Dia memang a part of your growing up. So you run memang since beginning lah. Like some people just started running, right?
Betul.
Like I met boy pun from running group last time. So that's how we met each other.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And then kita orang our running community ni, kita ada orang yang pergi, so this bagi tahu lah cerita about the aquathlon tu. So basically kita pergi, we went to visit apa nama yang benda yang
Powerman.
So we went to sokong our friend
Umar. Right.
Umar dengan Adam. So basically we visit, and then in my head macam he was like pushing me, kau boleh buat dua sport juga. I was like, boleh, I'll try swimming and running sebab cycling
is too expensive,
right?
It is very
so
expensive.
Memang kita dah sampai share nak register, tapi sampai hari ni kita tak tahu.
And then there's one of his Better Call Sukan last season. If you don't know, you can try listen back. With the swimming coach, right? Last time. So the swimming coach said to Arif, if you want to learn to swim for aquathlon, you can contact the person lah. Sampai sekarang tak contact kan, boy?
Tak contact lagi. Itulah kita sebenarnya kita ada a different kind of side show kita nak buat in the future yang I go to learn all the sports.
Okay, that's
so we
fun.
see how macam
Okay,
mana.
I can join that also.
Yes. Aimi pun nak join.
Dia ni nak tarik je orang.
Okay, so yes, first again, thank you for representing the country, and you are still currently a national athlete lah.
Not directly attached to, but I'm more like a individual athlete.
Okay.
But whenever I represent any international sport, I will still carry the flag of Malaysia.
Do you have a goal? Macam contohnya kan all these games kan comes every 2 years, 3 years or every yearly. I don't know, for Ironman World Championship every year. So do you have a goal to like, okay, what's the next?
The next one is Olympic in LA, right? Is it this year or next year?
26.
26 next year. Are you targeting
so
for that
fast.
one?
It's different because that's not Ironman. Ironman is a brand.
Yeah.
Ironman is a brand, but it's a triathlon. It's a long distance. But like in Olympics, it's only Olympic distance and sprint distance.
They don't have Ironman in Olympic lah. Or they don't have triathletes. Okay,
so one of the episode, the last episode, we did an episode in season 1, 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼𝙇𝙎 nama dia. So you guys can check that out too. That episode memang dia sembang in detail pasal triathlete, berapa beza distance, Olympic distance,
Sprint
distance, half berapa. So running ada half running, half cycling and full. So it's different. So do you know?
I did not know.
Can you just clarify to us the distance a bit?
The distance? For sprint, 750 swimming. And then cycling, berapa? 20. And then running, 5.
Oh.
For sprint. And then for Olympic distance, is a double of that. And then for half distance, is like the double of the Olympic distance, and the full is like the double of half distance.
Itulah dia. Buatlah matematik sendiri. And your makanan, like yang you paling suka is what distance?
Makanan saya, I used to be a Olympic distance athlete.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's what the SEA Games is. So kalau you nak senang faham Olympic ni, they offer what kind of event, you tengok SEA Games.
Okay.
So what you see in the SEA Games, relay pun ada, bercampuran.
Oh yeah.
So like the relay, things like that, small events, they are directly also carried forward to Commonwealth Games, Olympic Games. So it has a step to it. Like let's say the government has to provide the athletes. Okay, tahun ni untuk Olympic kita nak masukkan triathlon. Okay, so they need to plan ahead the races which sanction for them to accumulate the points. So like when we are not getting the opportunity to even race those races, we have no points to go to Olympic. So it's how it works like that.
So memang you have to go through that in order for you to become
Olympian. Okay.
And is it like, because I know like in this country, kalau Olympic ni dia akan fokus on sports yang
Commercial,
is it? Yeah. So it's I don't think ada triathlete representing in the Olympic. Ada ke, if I'm not mistaken?
Commonwealth Game ada.
Oh, Commonwealth Game.
Commonwealth Game ada, but it takes a lot of work to get the approval, because that's the thing. Like a lot of young athletes coming up, it's something that we need to really put the work on. Like because I believe every sport that is convincing the government to support is all the people from like past that has been doing convincing work.
Yes.
Yeah, for people to like move on and inspire to have more pelapis.
Yes.
So like same as triathlon, like you need to think about what's ahead. Not just like now we are good, but what's next. Yeah. So that's why when I had the opportunity to even go to the SEA Games, I knew it is because someone back then won the medal in triathlon. We did won the medal for women also. So
for SEA Games.
For SEA Games. Yeah. So
congratulations.
that was the reason why we got the okay
to go to SEA Games. Or else SEA Games pun I think kita peluang tak ada masa tu.
So SEA Games, so SEA Games is kalau hierarchy lah. I nak tanya pasal triathlon and hierarchy. So there's like World Championship. Is that number 1 or like there's SEA Games atas dulu? Olympic is the main thing. So in your point of view, do you mind sharing? Because I think yang tu tak ada. Even Serena last time so didn't share that one.
I think dia macam kalau in cycling maybe ramai tak familiar, but maybe bola. They are the like team Arsenal like whatsoever. Liverpool I tak sure sangat what is it the teams out there, but like there are a lot of people from many other parts of the world training and like performing in the team. But when you're going for Olympics, they are back to their own countries.
Yes.
Separating. So that's how it works. Like World Championship in Ironman, it's based on where you are representing as a team.
Your
Club.
name je lah. Club.
Yeah, my own name. So it's more like my personal branding. And then like a lot of funds are like sendiri.
Okay.
And then kalau Olympic ni, government support, and you have to follow the plan and the requirements based on their plans.
Okay.
So it's very different in that sense. So the qualification steps are also very different.
So triathletes will look forward to honestly more on the World Championship lah, kan?
There will be like, kalau nak cakap paling senang, for people to at least like, okay, I have a hope to start up a triathlon. That would be the better decision and the better path to take. Okay, because every year if you're moving towards Olympic, they will change the rules. Like, okay, so the SEA Games athlete cannot be more than 18 years old.
Okay.
Last year 25 tahun, 30 tahun, okay. Like if Malaysia decided not to like go that far, then you can't. So like there's a lot of limitation that's out of your control. But World Championship under Ironman is purely if you are good, you will get the slot, you'll be able to qualify, you'll be able to make it happen. So budget is the problem lah now kalau tak pergi pula tu.
Basikal dia.
I think bicycle is the second lah. I mean like to sustain in doing not powerman lah, the Ironman, triathlete lah, right? That comes with the food, the travel, the cost, the equipment semua, right?
Yes. Dia punya training lah. Sebab like we had a guest before, dia cakap pasal training dia, kena bangun pagi and all the like nutrition, makan. So that's the cost of it lah.
Like, are you funded by any organisation to continue a training plan, or by the government, or self-funded everything?
I'm self-funded everything. So I need to juggle my work while I do this as a side.
So you have a main job lah. This is not your.
No.
Dia chef. Dia chef.
Chef, right?
So kita nak tanya, so besides athlete ni, because you just said that, so we teruskan kepada the next segment.
I actually did a research, right? I was looking at when I found about Aimi punya nama kan. The thing that I saw was, Aimi LinkedIn is a chef. Oh, dia kerja as a chef, pastry chef. Pastry, right?
I do both. So there was a course for pastry only and both. So I took fine dining course. So I need to learn both.
You studied it?
Yeah, I studied it. So I'm a certified chef.
Like fine dining.
For fine dining.
Okay, and how's that career going on so far?
It was blocked by the MCO.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, okay lah, move on je lah. Then sambung sukan.
So in part time kerja kosong, free time you masak
Free time. It's something that I do regularly. Like it's just something that I start off not because I want to be like master chef. Like no, it's not like that. But it's more to like it's a daily thing that I can give back to people. As simple as the closest people will be my family. So kalau I balik kampung, I'm very used to cook for everyone, even when before I become a chef. So
Cuk, balik kampung, your kampung Japan lah
kampung Japan.
You balik Japan dah you masak tu orang-orang. Bukan kan? I'm just clarifying.
Kampung Malaysia lah.
Malaysia.
Kampung Malaysia, right?
Kampung Malaysia. Kita panggil kampung kalau kat sini.
Mana tahu tanya dulu. Okay.
Kampung Malaysia kat mana?
Kampung Malaysia kat Penang. Saya orang utara.
Island girl.
Island girl.
Betul lah.
Okay, teruskan. So you balik, you akan masak for them.
I masak for them. And I feel like when I have food served from the table, people will just come. Even neighbors pun datang. So I feel like it's a very natural way of bonding people, and I love it. So, and my mom told me like it's a way to also get a lot of rezekis, doing good things to people. So I thought like okay, it aligns with my values. So
Okay, so ni soalan I nak tanya dia.
Okay.
Soalan cepu mas sikit for Aimi Iwasaki. Your top dishes personally you
Alamak.
masak. I personally I pun tak tahu. Ya, yang tak kisahlah kalau pastry ke, air ke apa ke yang you rasa macam no one can make better than me ataupun
Something that you are skillful lah, crafted that perfect it.
macam pejam mata pun boleh buat lah.
Kan?
Orang nak tahu. I don't know kalau orang luar nak tahu ke tak, but kita nak tahu lah.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
Okay, so we ask.
I tanya my followers, I think diorang tahu.
Oh, ya ke?
I memang banyak post yang ni dekat story. But like, it's a burger patty.
Burger patty. Okay.
I really love doing patties. I don't know why, but I keep trying different way of like, I'll be like, I don't think people will say no to patties because like if you remove the mayonnaise and the breads, it's like pure protein. But there's a lot of fats if you eat out there. So I try to make it moist, but I want it to be a lean meat. So like it's something that I've been trying around like testing like it's fun and it's
Lapar.
Okay.
and then kalau fail pun I makan je lah yang tu, like it's not a guilt food, you know.
Okay.
So burgers lah is your
The patty.
Patty.
The patty only. I do like a slow cook stew. So I make patties and I will arrange it in a pan and I will create my own homemade sauce. And then I will just let it slow cook and like it penetrates. So like you can eat it like, okay, hari ni lapar but I need protein. You know, like that one piece is like, let's say 200 grams. So like you are very sure like you're taking enough protein. So I thought it's very easy to just stock it up, you know.
Yeah.
Letak dalam fridge je.
It's cooking with calculation because you nak jaga you punya macros kan, nutrition. Consistent lah. Right.
That thing is sometimes toxic, you
do
know.
you as a sebab you masak kan, and you as a orang kata macam dia paling susah lah because of some of the guests ni dia punya cara diet, cara makanan dia sebab kalau for a training kan kita kena makan. So how is it bother you banyak ke atau you okay je sebenarnya? And then is it tough the nutrition ni kan? Nutrition
basically is calorie counting lah, calorie intake lah, right? Because you like to cook, you like to eat, tapi you have to jaga your own calorie at the same time. So it's hard lah, right?
Ke tu lah nak tanya. Hard ke?
Because I came to KL only like 5 years now. It's not like very long.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only like 5 years. So before that I was in Penang, in my hometown. So like my mom plants everything.
Okay.
Apa pun dia tanam dari apa pun dia tanam. So like Aimi go and take this daun I was like, daun apa? Everything looks the same. You know, like so like everything is just directly from farm. So I don't really had that experience of eating junks or like eating the so-called cheat meals. I don't really believe in cheat meals.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's all just a definition by a specific people. It's not really like personalized. Like you need to decide what your own cheat meals is. Because we grew up in Malaysia, makanan sedap macam tu kan. Like kita tak boleh everyday makan salmon, satu ketul RM20. Kita kena tahu mana kita berada dan juga dengan cara still enjoying the food, you are like conscious about how you wanna eat healthily. So let's say like nasi lemak.
Yes.
So my mom told me about a very interesting story about nasi lemak. I was like, nasi lemak, fat rice, fat rice.
Yes.
Okay.
And then when you look at the ingredients, Mama said, look, there's a reason why people back then created this dish. So the original nasi lemak, there's like ginger inside, and there's a little bit of spices, and also coconut milk.
Oh yeah.
Boxed
Santan.
coconut milks are filled with vegetable oils, blah, blah, blah. But if you are doing like fresh, she said dia ada angin. But kalau you makan dengan ginger, it push it off. So like it's fair. When you're eating it, it's nice. It's actually good. And yeah, so like a lot of things make sense to me. So I was like, okay, actually food, you as long as you understand it, you know how to adjust it. Yeah, even when you're cooking yourself, you don't have to be a masala when you're trying to diet or like trying to look like like.
So you, macam fried ke apa, you makan je lah. Bila masa training tu, like not like macam like deep fried ke you jaga juga ke, or like how? Because you said just the intake tak kisah.
Oh, like it takes so long for me to adjust on that part. Like I couldn't hate it, but it's something that's very naturally happened to me. Like the more I go high performance, my body just rejects it. Dia tak akan ada nafsu nak makan yang tu dah. Dia macam sendiri jadi macam tu. Because when you're eating high calorie food, let's say deep fried, the oils, like the inflammation is high. So you akan rasa sentiasa dalam badan ni is like the fire is like burning inside you. So when you start realizing that, you're like, okay, I don't want this complication in my body, just remove everything. So like sendiri akan bagi tahu. So whenever people ask me, I nak kurus, I nak ni, I kata just get the routine in, be consistent. Every day jalan 5 kilo ke, 30 minit ke, 5 minit ke, cukup. You don't have to think like suddenly I need to cut everything off, I need to change 180 degrees.
Itu yang orang takut kan.
Orang takut. Dia macam boleh ke? At that point you dah buat yourself like impossible to start already. So just don't think about that. Go with the flow. Naturally you akan rasa macam the adjustment of the food will come by itself. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun thing to try if you really feel like you want to explore how your body does to you.
But actually, this is my another question. Is it dia macam ikut badan orang sendiri? Because sometimes some people like dia kata, oh, I've never had this kind of food since I dah jadi athlete and all. So ke itu semua mind games je for your personal thoughts?
Like I saw an interview about a world champion for triathlon. Dia makan Maggi before race.
Okay lah, macam tak payah tanya. Okay lah.
I mean because it works for him lah. Right.
So like I feel like there's no cheat meals, but like it's always a journey for you to look for what works for you. Like protein pun, you beli protein paling mahal, I pernah fail, okay? I beli protein yang paling mahal, I thought it's gonna work, but it didn't. Yeah, so you need to always do the try and error. So I cannot really tell you what's the right thing to do, what's the not right.
Faham?
Okay. Besides cooking, being an athlete, is there anything else that we would like to share about Aimi Iwasaki that we don't know?
And exclusive for Better Call Sukan.
Anything
you
you
know on your social.
You guys ada soalan tak? Every time I buat live ke, I will meet people for the first time, they only talk about sport. You guys tak minat benda lain pasal saya.
Kita tanya pasal sport kan. Kita macam masak apa ni. No, because like yes, Ironman, we just want to know because like the sports has been spoken of in this episode, in this series. So if you guys really want to know about Ironman, there's an episode like literally in detail sembang pasal Ironman. But kita tak ada sembang pasal
that is not this episode lah. This episode is about Aimi lah. We
Yes.
want to know what's Aimi besides sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
Itu dia.
Right.
Do you have questions? Maybe.
I mean, okay. Since you have been training since you were a kid, right? And then you already know your plans for this, right? What do you feel like your next accomplishment that you want to achieve? Like, are you looking towards like for sports in Ironman again ke?
Or
You nak
different thing ke?
different things ke? Like Aimi nak try something else lah after this, tennis or squash or something like that. Because you said you don't like to stay in one sports, right?
Yeah.
You rasa macam you want to push you tamak. You
Yeah.
have that hunger.
I think as we age, benda tu akan makin steady.
Because,
Dia macam, okay, sabar. I think I'm more like stable now, but like the idea of doing Ironman is just because at my current state, I rasa macam I nak buat anything yang paling susah sekarang. Yeah, so like that's how I stick to the sport. In terms of lifestyle, like the socials, I really give up on going out with friends. Like a lot of things that goes around the lifestyle, I feel like Ironman fits me the best in terms of developing myself. So that's why it is. But like the other side of other than sport that I'm currently is to have my own branding, which is I'm working for now. Okay, I have my own branding that I'm working on now. So like, but it's still
in progress.
It's in progress, and it's a brand where it represents who I am. Also, still aligned with my sport, the culinary, and my values. So, maybe you will find out soon.
Maybe Aimi will be the next KA kot. Maybe dia keluar sambal lah lepas ni. We don't know.
Maybe.
There's a hint, guys.
Okay, so dia dah hint dia is something dengan pasal dia punya lifestyle.
It's cooking, it's sports. We don't know.
Branding dia lah. Right. So we would nak tahu kena follow Aimi on socials lah.
Aimi is also a coach, right? You coach kids nowadays, correct?
Yes, I do personal coaching for adults like kids, babies. I do. I used to do like leisure athletes. So let's say they come to me and like, okay, Aimi, I have a trauma with water. Like I grew up, I never had a good experience with water because like they pernah drown ke.
Okay.
It's most of the cases like that. Zaman sekarang, kids are like, the parents will like send them to like swim. You know, like it's different. Back then, they have no chance. Like the parents was like, no, you cannot go to the river, mandi, no, never. Pergi laut pun lagi lah tak boleh. So they really had no chance to swim. So they only had the chance to swim when they are out themselves working. They are afford to pay a coach to learn. So most of my clients are people like that. You know, then the most impressionly kuat punya is like, dia kata dia nak mandi, cuci muka pun tak boleh. Dia nak kena air, dia takut.
Macam mana you nak coach orang macam tu?
It's like the cerita yang Dr. Phil, trauma of pickle. Right, dia ada trauma of water. Right.
I was like, wow, this is real, man. Like the trauma is like, it can be that crazy, you know, like how.
So how do you deal with all this to coach?
My main skill is applied to my experience and my engagement with the student, like heart to heart. So I try to put myself in their shoes, and I find that's how I could do my job the best, and it works now. You know, like, can you imagine she's an Ironman finisher now? Yes.
Daripada tak tahu nak,
tak boleh mandi kena air kat muka.
That's impressive.
Like she is impressive. I was like, you know, like I would never know what people out there are like without doing this job. I'm always like just trying to be top 3 in my sport. Like it's just that, you know, like I feel like sport is just not that, but it's more than that. Like everyone has different stories and everyone's moving at different time, you know. So it's very inspiring. Everyone say I'm inspiring, but like, come on, you guys, banyak cerita yang kat luar sana. I macam, wah, korang.
So are you still a coach for, like, kalau orang kat tengah dengar sini, diorang nak you to coach, are you still open for them, or are you attached with a certain place ke apa to coach? Macam mana?
I'm on my own now, so
kalau nak coach just DM, just bagi tahu je lah. contact you directly.
Contact me saja. Better call.
Better call Aimi.
Better call Aimi.
Better call Aimi.
Dia show baru. Okay, kita nak wrap up. But before kita wrap up, I just want to ask you your personal dugaan dan kegemilangan of being an athlete lah. In this, being involved in this sport. What was your hardest and toughest
Your highs and lows lah.
highs and lows?
How did you overcome it, and how do you maintain it until today?
I think the challenges has always been elevating. As I elevate, masalah pun elevate. I was like, when are you gonna stop challenging me? So but I'm at a point where I rasa macam when the challenge is getting bigger, I know that I'm growing.
Okay.
It's a sign that I'm growing.
Yes,
So
yes.
whenever I see it's coming, I'm like, I'm living my life, you know, like it excites me. So dulu macam dugaan datang je, apa pun tak nak buat. And then like I was just so weak, you know. But now I feel like I'm communicating with myself better. But the toughest time I had back then was when I was 18 years old up to 24, 25. I was struggling with my mental health.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a very bad depression, and for 2 years I quit my sport, and I didn't, not just quitting my sport, but I didn't see anyone, so everyone thought I died. That's like how bad I disappeared, you know, like how quiet I went. So I was struggling with that. I couldn't even get out of my bed. My mom was the only one there for me. Yeah, and not just mental health, but I was very sick physically. So I'm pretty much like give up myself already. Yeah.
And what made you to, like what AJ asked, overcome all that?
I think that it's the time. Like that's when you see the real people for you, you know? Like when, even though you don't try your best to be seen or like to show up, when people are remembering you as that Aimi, let's say, that Aimi who helped me once, or like that Aimi who inspired me to survive another day, or that Aimi of this and that, like because usually orang ingat yang tak elok kan. Yang elok jarang sangat orang ingat, tapi memang ada orang yang akan ingat yang kebaikan you. Like that's something that I learned through that process, and they akan datang cari saya. So dia orang datang cari saya, and eventually they, not much of them, not many of them, but I managed to drag myself up to take the first step. So the first thing I did was just to be in the sun and walk. Orang yang berlari berkilo-kilometer, I just walk only. Like that's like for the first year, I was just doing that. To fight or overcome. To fight. But of course it wasn't a smooth one, up and down. Kadang pergi balik dekat katil, keluar balik. So like
but well, you are here today with like you didn't explain to us your highs, like yang you paling ke belum sampai lagi ke apa? Setakat ni lah.
I rasa the last year's Ironman World Championship was the highest, but it wasn't satisfying enough deep inside. So I feel like there's higher that I wish I'm looking for.
Perjalanan belum tamat lah. Belum tamat lagi. The story is not ending yet. Okay. Congratulations on your World Championship also.
Thank you so much.
Yes, fastest swimmer, right?
I wasn't expecting that, but they announced another award of I was the fastest female out there. So bonus. Yeah.
Is there anything else more you nak add?
The preparation for you for next is like usually it takes you up to how many months or weeks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Last one.
Like 2 days ago I had a live also again, because I do a lot of live. They were asking me, what's your next race? I'm like, it's not cheap. Even one Ironman event is like, registration itself is 4,000 ringgit.
It half ke full?
Full.
Okay.
Full. So like kalau half is about half of that lah.
Okay.
Still, if you include hotels, travels, it's a lot of money.
Yes.
And the preparation. And usually preparation, if you want it to be firm,
not a painful race, but it's a strong race. It has to be 6 months. So far, I don't have a specific registered event yet. I'm still planning out my budgets because I'm running my own branding now.
Okay.
Yeah, still working on it. So like I'm in between of these two. But yeah, like there should be one race coming up maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's self-funded, right? So Ironman is mostly like a personal achievement. For anyone who is competing in triathletes, Ironman is a personal achievement, right? But SEA Games is to represent your country lah. Faham.
Okay.
So do you think you are inspired to try an Ironman? So maybe you
Kita
are not convinced enough.
Aquathlon dulu.
I rasa you guys tak convinced sangat. Like, why do you want to do this? Because
No,
orang pun
firstly,
tanya saya.
basikal tu mahal. Basikal tu mahal. We had a fee, your friend kan, apa nama dia again? Naim, yeah, dia cakap, okay, boleh ambil sikit. Boleh lah, dalam paling kurang 10,000, 5,000. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what's stopping me.
Yeah.
I don't know about stopping you, AJ.
My stopping is my fear of riding a bike lah.
Kau tak boleh naik basikal ke?
Aku tak boleh naik basikal.
Oh, okay.
Kau kawan dengan kau. Serius lah?
Yeah. Aku takut dia naik basikal when I was a kid.
Boy,
Yeah.
kau dah nak kahwin lah, boy.
Tak
Kita
apa
boleh
lah.
naik basikal kan?
Aku boleh naik Grab.
Beam boleh beam?
Dia boleh.
Okay.
Dia boleh.
Yeah, so that is stopping you.
Yeah, that's why I don't never feel like I want to ride a bike and
Okay.
saya rasa macam it's not important for me right now lah.
Tapi
But
swimming boleh?
Swimming boleh.
Ah.
But one day maybe I will try
The
to ride-
aquathlon lah.
try ride a bike.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be very interesting if you transform from that. Like you face your like the biggest.
Yeah, because I heard Aimi punya student is fear of getting water splashes. Kena air pun dah takut, right? So for me like, maybe if that person can become a Ironman, then I'm inspired to try lah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Dia macam mana dia boleh transform kan?
Yeah.
Anything can happen lah, like what Aimi said.
But do you think it's a worth money spending kind of experience?
Personally, if it's because it's your own personal achievement kan. Kalau you rasa itu adalah benda yang you kena settle, gonna achieve,
Yeah.
why not?
Betul.
It's not like
Yeah.
apa, you can tell people, I done this.
Yeah.
Cik, aku cakap power kan. Alright, Aimi, before we go to the final rapid fire questions yang kita tanya you, quick questions, we would like for you to bagi tahu to the audience and listeners of like how to reach you. Because after this, kalau diorang dia dengar ni semua, maybe they wanna like try to, get in touch and all. Maybe nak try your patty burger ke apa ke.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys please let me know kalau that's like a good way for me to do like a business. Like
Boleh bagi tahu mana tahu ada 5 people yang dengar ni, let's help her with her.
Anyone yang ada event wanna do a pop-up for Aimi, like, right?
Oh, that would be nice.
So you can boleh bagi tahu to that camera there, anything to follow where ke apa ke.
Yeah.
I have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and segan lah YouTube pun ada lah, tapi sikit-sikit lah.
Okay.
Belum like serious into it because I have too much on my shoulders right now. But my Instagram is my main, and TikTok, the name is Aimi Iwasaki _ Then to reach out to me, please don't DM me because every few minutes like too many DMs.
Okay.
Yeah, so kalau boleh email. Then I know email is like one by one, so it's easier for me to like track through it. So yeah, email me, tapi jangan email tanya benda lain pula, like please.
It happened before.
It happened before. Yeah.
Lepas tu dia kena bagi disclaimer.
Then email, jom pergi coffee. So I was like, okay, email jom pergi coffee.
DM tak boleh.
DM tak boleh. So dah bagi tahu ni dah bagi tahu you guys email benda betul Aduh, masalah betul. Email minta pergi kopi.
Betul lah, tak salah dia nak cuba.
Yelah.
Betul, tak salah.
Okay, and then one more thing is like, do you mind telling to like giving an appreciation to whoever out there who made who you are today?
Yeah, let's start with your mum lah, because she has been your inspirational, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to say to the camera, thank you.
Thank you so much to those who has been here with me since day one. People come and go, but I do remember each one of you who stayed with me until today, and especially to my mom. Too much to say thank you about. I know like everything that I could pay you back, even by money pun, by a certain experience, pergi travel ke apa pun, I tahu tak cukup. Tak setanding taraf tu, because, and also you taught me about what love can do wonders. Then it works, you know, like it works in all field, like my love for friends, my love for sport, my love for job, my love for the things, every single things that I do. And then not to forget my mentors, the coaches who are great leaders, taught me to be great athletes. Like the core value that I learned, I've been carrying until today, it works also. And then to my followers, the silent or active followers, you guys really helped me a lot to be more inspired to grow in this platform. So I really thank you guys on that, and I hope we can continue to grow together and be your own inspiration, and we help each other through social media. Like right now, got too much to reach out. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Okay, with that, we go to the straight and quick rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Oh, apa Jap.
Okay.
Ada soalan apa
Soalan yang simple-simple je.
Okay.
So, you kena jawab cepat-cepat.
Oh, ya
Okay,
ke?
me and AJ, we're going to go one each,
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, first question, is there any other sports club ke atau sukan sports team yang you support?
Yang I support semua, but I can't recall so many clubs now. We didn't talk about running community now.
Okay.
Like it was never a lot of runners until the MCO happens. Now everyone's runner.
Okay, so dia support semua orang lah.
Who?
Okay, next question AJ.
So if you weren't an Ironman athlete or a triathlete, what sport would you be?
Surfer maybe.
Bukan super.
Out of nowhere.
Okay, ada sukan ke out there yang you tak tahu lagi and you want to learn?
Tak tahu lagi. Ice skating. I really adore performance sports. Like,
Ice skating.
Like gym rama, synchronized swimming, or like ice skating. Like I really would love to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ice skating.
Who is your favourite athlete of all time lah?
Kita combine dengan coach.
Combine dengan coach. Okay.
Athlete, one answer. Coach, one answer.
It's a difficult question because my favorite athletes keep changing. I feel like
Current.
from this athlete I ada this specific value. This athlete specific value. So like kalau nak yang all time all rounder, I would say Jackie Chan.
Oh, tak pernah
Itu karate.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan is not an
Kita dah
athlete.
ni
He's
episode
the
yang ke-70 something. That's the first jawapan Jackie Chan. Betul tak, anak boy? Fi, I think there's never been Jackie Chan. Okay, kalau coach,
I ada ramai sangat coach. Everyone is great, but like yang paling mengubah saya, Coach Fairuz. If you're watching this, Coach Fairuz, he was my first cycling coach.
Okay.
And he taught me about kalau you kayu dengan basikal bakul, basikal besi pun jalan. And like he taught me about what is mental toughness is about, what is hidup susah is about, and then no complaints, like a lot of things that like we do in the very humble way. That's the coach who taught me about it. Yeah.
Okay. Better Call Sukan ni kita akan panggil guest untuk cerita pasal sports, pasal dia punya personal life, athlete ke, tak kisah pasal anything. Kalau ada someone or some sports that you want us to call, who would you want us to call? Nama atau sports, tak kisah.
Nama atau sport? Apa
Your sister.
My sister.
Yeah, you duduk sebelah I ni. Kita
Tanya your sister pula.
Tiba-tiba kan. Kau duduk sini, aku pula tanya kau.
So who you want any sports or any person or any athlete, any coach?
Yeah.
So many of them, But it would be interesting if I try to sit here today with my mom,
Oh.
Yeah.
Maksudnya super mom.
Mom.
Maksudnya cara dia handle
Can be a Mother's Day special.
Ooh. Kita tak tahu. Okay.
lah.
Yeah. Okay. Also happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Yes, super moms
All
out
mothers
there.
out there.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Favorite movie or character?
Okay.
For related to sports lah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Haikyuu?
Haikyuu, yes.
Yeah,
It's
Haikyuu.
the
Yang
anime
basketball
sport.
ke?
No, Haikyuu is the volleyball.
Volleyball. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Volleyball.
Sampai the Olympic team of Japan, Haikyuu, they specifically collaborate with them. So that's how impactful the anime is. Like, please, you guys, watch the anime. Anime is not like budak-budak or anything, okay?
Yeah.
There's so much morality in the sport. I just love how clear the message as a sport person is in the anime. Like, it's not like fantasy or things like that. Maybe the movement look a little bit more like overacting, but the skills, the name of the movements, the teamwork, the also the dramas, the difficulties, the challenges, like I feel like all the values are in that one anime, and like it's amazing. Like every time I rasa malas, I tengok nanti macam, yosh, okay, I'm gonna go to my gym now. You know, like that's
Motivated.
Kau tengok ke?
Tengok, aku tak tengok.
Aku tak tengok lah.
Oh,
That's why I thought it was I know it's a sukan yang melibatkan dengan bola. Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's a good anime lah.
To watch lah.
It's a good anime to watch. Yeah. It's on
Okay.
Netflix.
And last final question is kata-kata yang you selalu bagi to yourself.
Yeah.
Quotes that you keep
Yeah.
that keeps you going.
Boleh I tengok my
You kena spontaneous sekarang. Anything that you keep you going.
Okay, so the first one is show up.
Yes. Okay.
Show up. So I think show up comes from experience. Okay, so sometimes you show up for a lot of reasons that you just don't realize. Like I show up sebab I nak power to tengok I, ataupun like I show up sebab like I want to impress who things like that. But like we are all humans, so like sometimes we confuse ourselves. Then I realize when the most consistent thing that you can do is always when you show up, because you want to, you want to. And even on the days that I don't feel like doing it, that is why we call it show up, kan? So I always think about, as long as I put it into practice, it will be a habit.
Okay.
So show up.
Wow. Okay. I think that is a good way to end this whole episode. Firstly, thank you so much again, Aimi. Thank you, AJ,
guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
for
you.
co-anchoring with me. It's a very first episode of Better Call Sukan.
Yeah.
First time in history. You guys are part of history.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, it's an honor to have you guys here today. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Aimi, so
Thank
much
you
for
so much,
sharing.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
Sorry lah
Aimi.
kalau kita orang terlebih sembang pasal benda lain. Tapi sebenarnya itulah. We wouldn't know sebab dia macam-macam.
Yeah.
So we get to know a bit here and there, chunks about everything. And before that, I would like to give for you any last words you want to give to everyone out here. Last words before we end.
Okay, so straight to the point. Don't give up. If you're working on something, doesn't matter if it looks big to you or small to you, that is always your own assumption. Just know that as long as you know it's not something that you can achieve overnight, it's big, okay? So you're just gonna believe the sizes that you measure to yourself. So try not to compare yourself with someone else, but just focus one thing at a time. Take it slow, one by one. Surely you will be able to achieve that.
Okay. And not for you to beat ke apa. Your last words, AJ, as a guest host for today. How do you feel and all?
I think my last word for today is I think my quote lah. I mean, gave her quote.
Okay, boleh. Tidak ada masalah.
Yeah, I always believe in this quote, which is always strive and prosper. Like whatever you do, strive towards it, and the prosperity will come with it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. I believe this.
You have a
this
quote?
tak ada. Aku tak ada quote. But I just want to rungkaikan,
Okay.
rumuskan apa yang you guys say. And I feel like what you have shared today and with us together with the listeners and the audience, it's dia macam bukanlah kenal, but we know that sebenarnya dia atlet Malaysia, tapi dia more than just that, you know.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes people nampak, oh dekat TV ke apa, oh that's that. Oh pelari, oh Ironman. But actually, like what she said, semua orang human juga, makan benda sama juga.
Betul.
So I got that from today, the whole thing, like macam to get to know that you have things outside and you are loving doing outside cooking and all. It's really inspiring actually. It's really fun to hear just now, and thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, everybody also thank you audience and listeners for sticking with us sampai habis. Sorry terlajak masa sikit sebab we wanted to know more about Aimi. But tidak ada masalah. I rasa tiba-tiba dah over, but tak apa. Yes, maybe we can call her again. Maybe dia boleh duduk kat sini juga. Kau pula duduk sini.
Boleh.
Spot, right? Also everybody, if you guys thank you for listening. If you guys have any other spots out there or whoever you guys want to panggil, do let us know and we will definitely call them. Okay? Also don't forget to follow Aimi's socials on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, semualah kan. Nanti kita akan tertera dekat the
Journey.
macam tu. Yes, so don't forget to follow Better Call Sukan socials as well. We have lots of new things that we are planning for you for 2025, and that's about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Arif.
My name is Arif Daniel.
My name is AJ.
Aimi Iwasaki.
And we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Audio Plus.